2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday the 12th of September, and it's National Video Game Day. And a big happy birthday to Alfie Allen, Ian Holm, Hans Zimmer and Jennifer Hudson. Charles is officially the King of England. King Charles III has been proclaimed monarch and head of the Commonwealth after a historic Accession ceremony which was televised for the first time in history. He also approved the day of the Queen's funeral, Monday the 19th of September, as a bank holiday.
The Prince Charles Philip Arthur George is now Charles III.
God save the King.
God save the King.
The King who was Prince of Wales longer than any other.
3 cheers for His Majesty the King. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray!
Crowds gathered in Edinburgh, Cardiff and Belfast to hear formal declarations to the devolved nations that Queen Elizabeth II had died and King Charles III has acceded to the throne. Speaking before the Accession Council, the new king said his mother's death had been an irreparable loss and pledged to follow in her footsteps.
In taking up these responsibilities, I shall strive to follow the inspiring example I have been set.
Queen Elizabeth II's coffin has left Balmoral Castle in Aberdeen and arrived in Edinburgh after a 6-hour journey. As the Queen's coffin moved through Scotland, there was rolling TV coverage as locals came out to pay their respects, and various people who knew Her Majesty shared stories and anecdotes. They included former Royal Protection Officer Richard Griffin, who recalled the moment he didn't invite Her Majesty to his own farewell party which she was hosting.
And she said, "It's Dick's farewell party tonight. I'd love to have gone, but he hasn't invited me." Well, do you think it's okay if I go unannounced? And of course it was a great thrill because both her, Prince Philip and the other Wessex all turned up at my retirement party and met all my family, so that was probably the highlight of my career, the fact that she did that for me.
And even though it's only been a few days since the passing of the head of the Commonwealth, Republicans in Australia have already been pushing for independence. But Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has silenced those calls for now. Speaking in his first international interview since her death, he said he won't hold a referendum on whether Australia should become a republic in his first term.
Oh, look, that we will see what occurs. I think the important thing is, to commemorate the moment that we're in now.
In Ukraine, the country's armies made remarkable advancements in 48 hours. Ukrainian forces have tripled their retaken areas during a rapid counter-offensive in Kharkiv, with gains of over 3,000 square metres in the east of the country since the start of September. Colonel General Syrsky, commander of the Ukrainian ground forces, was delighted to be able to hold a Ukrainian flag-raising ceremony in Balaklia.
Today we are completing the liberation of Balaklia, the first big city in our offensive, and I am sure that this will not be the last city.
In revenge for the Ukrainian gains, Russia struck back on Sunday night with cruise missile attacks on civilian infrastructure that left much of eastern Ukraine, including the city of Kharkiv, without power or water. President Zelensky spoke to the nation on Sunday night, praising the performance of the Ukrainian army and taunting the Russians who appear to be retreating at speed.
These days, the Russian army is showing its best, showing its back. And, in the end, it is a good choice for them to run away. There is and will be no place for the occupiers in Ukraine.
It's been 21 years since the moment that shook America. On the 11th of September 2001, Islamic extremists hijacked civilian aircraft, crashing into the Pentagon, the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, and killing nearly 3,000 people. America spent Sunday marking the anniversary of those attacks. President Joe Biden spoke at a remembrance event at the Pentagon, delivering heartfelt remarks that honoured those killed there.
It's not enough to stand up for democracy once a year or every now and then. It's something we have to do every single day. So this is a day not only to remember, but a day of renewal and resolve for each and every American.
Still to come on the Smart 7, another win for Red Bull and a Disney trailer bumper pack. Right after this. Welcome back.
3,
In a weekend with no Premier League, all eyes were on the Italian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen had another dominant run in his Red Bull, coming through the field from 7th on the grid. The Dutchman beat the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc into 2nd place at Monza, leaving George Russell in 3rd place for Mercedes and Carlos Sainz 4th for Ferrari. But it was far from a spectacular finish for Verstappen after a halt on the track meant the race came to a conclusion behind a safety car. Red Bull's team principal Christian Horner wasn't pleased.
They should finish racing. There was enough time to get that race going. So, I think they picked up the wrong car.
Picked up George Russell.
They picked up George Russell. And look, we had the faster car. We would have liked to won the race on the track, not behind the safety car. So we share the disappointment of all the fans because, it took away, a grandstand finish.
Disney's dropped its first teaser trailer for the much-anticipated live-action version of The Little Mermaid. The trailer gives viewers a glimpse of a stunning underwater world and a sneak peek at Halle Bailey as Ariel. The actress has been discussing what we can expect from the new movie, which is out next year.
It's everything that you love about the original, but it's exciting and it's a twist on kind of Ariel's strength and powerfulness, and she's just so strong in this film, and I'm just so grateful to play her.
And it's 2 for 1 this week, with Disney dropping another teaser trailer, this time for Season 3 of The Mandalorian. The show's upcoming 3rd season sees the return of all our old friends, including Bo-Katan, Greef Karga, Dr. Pershing and the Armourer. Its rumoured release is February 2023. It's good news for Star Wars fans who've had to wait a whole 2 years to see more adorable scenes with Grogu, aka Baby Yoda.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of 2.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.